Welcome back again to my channel, guys. Another episode of Celine and Afiba and Mr. Andrew. So many people dey on top of this matter, and most is importantly the person wey no gree rest, wey dey try all im best to make sure say im totori this matter, touch light am to the very end, make him make sure say justice is served. Make dem find those two girls, whether they don kpai or dem dey alive, in person of Sabio. Omo, dat man dey try. He don bring another update, another analysis wey una no go wan miss at all for inside this very update. So guys, make I no take much of una time, make una come, make we gather, make we watch this one together. This is deep. You are about to hear what you have not heard before. Guys, make we gather, make we hear am as it
and
is.
The work that everybody is doing, and we wish to say at this point that we need to do more. First of all, if you've been on my page, I made a statement clearly even before Blessing came out that the issue concerning money will not be discussed because that is a separate case of fraud. Fraud case can be time consuming, and therefore we expect that should be treated in a separate case. Because I remember when the cameraman brought forward evidence of Harrison's involvement in some financial crimes regarding this issue. One thing you all noticed was I really did not treat that matter. The reason we didn't treat that matter is because we believe that treating fraud or allegations of fraud is time consuming. Therefore, if that matter was not treated, this other matter of fraud will not be treated and will be left pending. We call upon the family of Celine to come forward and give detailed incidents of what happened on that day. We need to corroborate stories from third parties so that we can make a conclusion and determination on who and how involved each party is regarding this issue. We want to also bring to the public attention that at this point, one of the persons that have been coming forward and working with our investigative team is now being threatened. It is so sad that at a time where the focus should be searching for the guests, people are now threatening one another. At this point, it is insulting for someone to refer to Afiba's legal husband as the same as Andrew. I want to say at this point that because we understand the perspective of the public and the little minds of people regarding fans and how many people are actually interacting on our page, we have set aside 2 million naira to allow us to have the Nigeria audience. The 2 million naira we have discussing currently with one of the major Nigerian audience, Instagram, YouTube, and other social media to publish our reports. The reports will be published, hopefully that they accept this offer of 2 million naira coming out from our personal purse as a way to boost and motivate them. We know that money is important, but we call on their conscience for that media house to accept our offer. The 2 million naira is not coming from public solicitation, it's coming from a personal pocket. Therefore, it is not public money, it is our personal contribution to this, including our time and effort. One moment, please. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So we would go continue, please. Like I said, we have set out funds and we are in communication with the particular well-known social media handlers to accept our offer and to publish our report at the end of this investigation. We know that the police is silent, even though they've promised to look into this case. As the case continues to interact, more revelations have shown that some people are more interested in money than justice. It is very difficult to work with people who have sold their soul to money and can do anything for money. We believe that every man that works must chop. However, you must chop good food. We have also decided at this point to make a 2 hours deliberation that will be coming up at night, either today or tomorrow. Our investigators are currently pulling up more records, and we want to advise that anybody who is here and you belong to any private WhatsApp group where discussions are held regarding these issues, be informed that the only way and security to hide behind the door is to discuss in person. Whatever way you are discussing, there are technology to be able to see and know what you discuss. It is sad that my instinct and regard for someone is now done. The reason is because a warning was sent earlier to be careful and mindful of who they communicate with, but at this point we now know that they are in co-collaborators with the bad head police and as well as the bad social media handlers. We also wish to use this to tell people, especially private YouTubers who have been going around to post their own stories, to try as much as possible to stick with facts and avoid referencing people without their consent. We have received lists of good and bad YouTubers. However, the investigation committee have said that we shall not report any channel at this time. We have sent couples of emails to them to address and direct it very well. Please, somebody say we can't hear you. Is that true? We have 10 minutes more. Is that true? Can you hear me, please? It's very early here in the morning. We cannot speak louder than this in order to respect others who are currently still. Thank you very much. The others who are currently still sleeping, thank you, asleep. So we need to be very careful. Okay, so please go ahead and just listen to the final part. Before I read the final part, just in case you are joining, we said specifically that the issue regarding financial misconduct is basically not the interest at this time and will be treated in a separate case. The reason is because we cannot be treating financial issues when Celine and Afiba are still not found. Our focus is to treat and to locate Celine and Afiba, either in person, living, or DT. So please, I want to sound a warning to people who come in and make statements requesting for financial and other kind of records, either on our page or somewhere else, that you will be blocked and you'll be sent away. If you need to do the financial issues, please, you can go and deal with that on a separate channel. Okay? Please, our focus is to locate and find Celine and Afiba. We also want to let the public know that attempts have been made by the Bad Egg Police to discredit anyone who comes forward to make statements that will help in this investigation. Currently, as you all have seen from the videos that was circulating about our Blessing statement, she made some critical and insulting statements to discredit a legal marriage. We decided not to bring and publish Blessing's background check, as that would really make her look bad. If she continues and her team continue to discredit Afiba's husband's marriage, we are going to publish not only Blessing's background check, but the background check of everybody that is trying to threaten the man. Remember, during the course of this investigation, we have made statements like everyone has bad sides and good sides. Our focus is to locate these parties and not to come here and discredit or threaten people. Yes, someone said threaten what man? Yes, threaten Afiba's husband. Afiba's husband is now being threatened, has received threats, text messages, thousands of calls, and all that, and statements that are so degrading. And getting to know the parties that are releasing these statements is shocking. All the parties that are reaching to her, you already know them, except one. Just Adotu. Just Atotu has never been mentioned by me for once. Today is the first time that I'm mentioning Just Adotu. Just Adotu must trade carefully and must mind herself, otherwise a background check will also be displayed. We hate when people come to this place on social media to claim that they are sent when they are not. We also have details of these persons. So we advise you to retrace your step. You have never come forward since this investigation to appreciate our work and what we have been doing. We know what your interests are, and we don't want to conjoin your interests. If anyone has personal beef with cameraman, please, that is their personal beef. We do not have personal beef with anybody. We remain focused, and when we are treating these issues, when you see it as personal beef, that is on you. We did not come into this investigation to only attack or make statements to cameraman. We know for sure that cameraman has questions to answer and have been interrogated, and statements have been collected from parties concerned. We released the detailed investigation on how cameraman participated in a ring SES ORG with Andrew. Our investigators released that, and you all can see that on the internet. That is the only news that they are willing to share, because that news affects cameraman. Every other good news that we continue to do, the media in Nigeria have been silent about it because that is not their interest. While we know that cameraman has his own to answer, we call on you, the public, to be careful not to be seen as people who are just against cameraman and not focused on finding Celine and Afiba. Focusing on cameraman alone is a distraction to this investigation and a delay in the search process. We have made it very clear from the beginning that our focus will go to every party that participated before the girls went missing. That was why we began with cameraman, and then after we moved to Blessing and Blessing's family. Please, I ask you all to please help me by respecting my time and our investigators' time. We do not have time to be answering irrelevant questions. Please, if you come and join our page or any of our forum and you ask questions that have been answered in a previous video, you will be blocked. The reason we will block you is because you are the time that we are supposed to be using to search for more process and investigation. You are using it to ask us useless questions. Questions that are already treated in a live section would not be treated in a comment section. Before you comment, please go ahead and watch our videos from the beginning so that you are able to understand the case. I have made it very clear that this is a learning channel, and therefore people that are here must learn, and if you join the class late, you must go and copy past notebooks. Okay, go and take back notes. Don't draw us back. If you ask stupid question, we will see you as part of those persons working with the bad head police and the corrupt system in Nigeria to try to divert attention. So let that be a warning. Again, I know that with all humility, when we're doing work like this, we expect that people who are not even qualified to work our part on a daily basis will want to make some useless statements. So we receive all your insults and we reference them to God Almighty. And now we want to say this. We understand that Nigeria is actually a religious country and a biased society where people react based on their subconscious mind. And these have been shown why in Nigeria, no matter who you are, people will support a bad politician because of tribes or religions belief. Therefore, we know that people will continue to support some bad persons because we will be referencing them and be providing evidence against their conducts. Just so you know, we don't care about your opinion or biased opinion. We advise you to go and do a search on what we call subconscious bias. If you have done a search on subconscious bias and you've read the definitions and understand what it means, then you will be prepared to be able to open your minds. I conclude by saying, please watch out for the long sessions that is going to bring 100% analysis on the interview conducted by Afiba, and as well as the reason why the investigating committee is now considering withdrawal from this case. Withdrawal from this case is an option that is being opened to the investigators because they are not being encouraged by the comments and the statements of the majority of the public. The reason is this: you can only help a people depending on how much they want to be helped. Please take note. The United States always warn every country of dangers before they happen because they have the technology to see ahead before it happens. Our investigative committee have been people who have strong training within the United States and are 10 steps ahead of what they are thinking. Therefore, we project at this point that the following is going to happen. Number one, we can now project that the Nigerian police will not give clarity to how Celine and Afiba left the house, either ALV or DT. We can now project that the Nigerian police will not take strong actions against the corrupt and bad egg police officers, even though they have evidence of monies that they've collected, because the level of involvement involve one of their big boss. We can now project that Nigerians would definitely yet again be left with a choice to choose within their conscience and make their own judgment. Please, I want to end now and say thank you very much for your time. It is 30 minutes and it's done. We have to be somewhere else and we have to do our daily job. I'll see you guys in the next session. Do all have a lovely day.
But before then, I still remember una humble get kiss. Now me they bring una latest ogbonge to read. If you never subscribe to this channel, make you subscribe or click on the notification bell so that they go notify you anytime we drop to read like this.